Welcome to the Super Parent Syndrome, and I am your host, Dr. Nick Fanning, the podcast where we help parents parent themselves. Today's topic is 10 hashtags. Sit back, relax, let's get started.
Parenting in the 21st century is ever evolving, and while you balance work, kids, and your sanity, it's easy to feel discouraged. Welcome to the Super Parent Syndrome with your host, Dr. Nick Fanning.
Okay, so 10 hashtags. Now, the whole reference from this is that the other day I was watching a Gary Vaynerchuk clip, basically. It was a little snippet of advice that he gives to people who ask him questions this way and that. And if you don't know who Gary Vaynerchuk is, this is a self-made social media influencer who started basically doing online videos about the wines in his liquor store. And from this, he was able to just constantly grind, constantly push. He made a ton of money from this. And now he's starting to train other people to it. And he just has all of this momentum going and being just kind of that go-to guy as far as like pushing social media. Now, here's the thing. One of the things he talked about is like, hey, everybody has their 2 cents. And he says, I believe that now the game with social media, especially Instagram, is that you have to be putting your 2 cents in or making comments or pushing growth in Instagram as basically commenting things. And he says, I have this like little system where I call $1.80. So if you have 2 cents and you're giving your 2 cents, I need you every single day to basically give your $1.80. So what that means is 90 comments. And he says, truly, there's 2 ways to become like this sensation on social media. It's either to have something go viral, so this incredible video or thing that goes and gets a lot of attention, all of a sudden you just explode into your stardom, and then you have tons of followers, or you have to do the daily grind of having consistent content, but also having consistent conversations that would have you gain these followers and influencers. So this is basically how he does it. He says, take your top 9 hashtag or top 9 targets, and then your top 10 comments in those 9, and that's your $1.80 a day. So right there, you're like, geez, 90 posts a day? Are you kidding me? But these are for the people that have a side grind, they have a side hustle, and they're trying to push things to a whole new level. And so if you're doing 90 comments a day, that could be over the course of an hour and a half, or an hour or 3 hours, or, you split it up over the day for half hour here, half hour there, half hour there. And I can tell you this is that most likely a lot of you are already spending this much time that you'd be able to do this on your own. So here's the thing. What can you turn it into? More importantly, in your sphere of influence or what your passions are or who you are as a person, can it be summed up in 10 hashtags? And so that becomes like the, oh, holy moly moment. Okay. And so that's the whole purpose of this. So some of you guys are like, I don't care about Instagram. I don't even care about social media. Give me some content to how this influences my life. What could potentially 10 hashtags say about your life? For me, I can tell you this. One of my top hashtags I like to look at is legacy, because I can tell you this. I realize what I'm trying to do is create a legacy in my family. And, there's this quote says like, if you didn't come from money, or if you didn't come from a family with money, it's your responsibility to have your family come from your money. Or, and I would say maybe it's not just money, but what are you setting up? So is it a family of like, hey, this is we're a happy family, or we're a joyous, fun-filled, family-based family, or we a family that runs 5Ks on holidays? For some people, you're like, oh, not with those people. And then some other people are like, well, yeah, that's a great legacy. What are you creating? And it can be whatever the heck you want. So that's one of my 10 hashtags. Another hashtag is podcast. Another hashtag is chiropractor. But then there's also like self-care, daily win, daily motivation. There's results. Results are huge. And I can tell you there's more. Obviously, I have 10 listed out. And I go through this every single day. I'm not telling you all of them because I don't want you to think like, oh, there's a system and, what a fake. It's really just like, it was just such a invitation to be part of the conversation of what I'm truly passionate about. What am I really hanging up my hat on and saying that I want to influence in this world? And so I encourage you guys to maybe not partake in that type of thing, $1.80, 2 cents a day. You can if you want to, but really, what would it look like if you did that? And just put a little mindset of like, okay, what are my big power words, or what are my themes in my life that just speaks to me? For some, it could be parenting, and for others, it could be kids, or it could be passion with women's rights, or it could be politics or religion or Christ. It's whatever it is for you. What is those hashtags for you? And then just grab hold of those and then realize that what conversations could you be having, both in your immediate influence, but outside as well. And then that's what your message is. That can be your passion. That can be the path forward to whatever that next step is. And so I take a look at it. Take a look at Gary's advice as far as that goes. Get that $1.80 in every single day. And it doesn't have to be Instagram, but it can be in life. What can that look like for you? So until next time, folks, this is Dr. Nick Fanning signing off.
Thanks for listening to another episode of The Super Parent Syndrome. Please be sure to visit peptalksforparents.com for more content and our free newsletter. And remember, you are not alone.